A pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're live at Marple Newtown High School for today's Delco League featured matchup between the visiting Upper Darby Blue Sox and the home-standing Marple Newtown Black Sox. Alongside my partner, John Sager, I'm Joe Greenwich. We'll be bringing you today's game. Weather a little different, John, than it was Thursday night when we were out at Devon Prep for the Narberth-Wayne game. Rain before that game, clouds, and rumbling thunder throughout the rest of the night. Tonight, blue skies, sun beating down. It's July in the Philadelphia area. A beautiful day for baseball.
The most important thing is that we have staked out a spot in the shade, somewhat.
There's not a lot of that here, but we've managed to find it. We tell everyone it's for the integrity of the equipment, not for our comfort, but I think we all know the truth. We'll go through the lineup real quick. The center fielder for Upper Darby is Andrew Yates. He'll lead it off. Batting second is the catcher, Christian Strickland. Joey Supa hits in the 3-hole. He'll play second base. The third baseman, John McNamee, hits fourth. Ben Mutz plays right field. He'll bat fifth. The left fielder is Sam Friedman. He bats sixth. Solomon Bayuk plays shortstop. He will hit seventh. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Dave Jordan. And batting ninth on the mound is Ryan Buck. The starting lineup for Marple Newtown as the two managers have their conversation with the umpires at home plate. Leading off for Marple Newtown will be the shortstop, Derek Nico. Center fielder, Blaze Rantanen, bats second. In left field, it's Don DiLoretta. He'll bat third. The third baseman is Jack O'Reilly. He'll bat cleanup. In the 5-hole, it's right fielder Tom Carey. Hitting sixth, David Judge. He'll play first base. The designated hitter, Paul Kokel, bats seventh. Batting eighth, the second baseman, C.J. Costales. And batting ninth, behind the plate, the catcher is Pat Bond. And on the mound for Marple Newtown today, we got the right-hander, Danny Kelleher. As the Black Sox head out to take their spots on the infield, we thank you for joining us this afternoon as we engage in what is now our third audio stream here on DelcoLeague.com, trying to bring all the action to you at home. For those of you who are staying home, staying sheltered, and what has been nothing short of the strangest summer I think any of us can imagine.
And sort of going along with the strangeness, hopefully this will not be the first tie that you've seen this year. I believe we've done 2 of these broadcasts.
We are 0-2 this year. We brought you opening night, Concord visiting Wayne. They had a 2-2 tie. And then on Thursday, Narberth and Wayne, first versus second. That game ended in a 3-3 tie. We told both coaches before the game, if you want a winner, we're not going to broadcast for you today. But we're here, so somebody hopefully will come away with a win.
Hopefully we'll have a game as close as we had on earlier this week. That was a very exciting game. Little late rallying, good back and forth. Couple of deep drives as well that bring some excitement out of Devon Prep.
Well, as we say around this town, it's hitting season. The air is thick, it's hot, the ball travels, and 2 home runs provided all the offense for Wayne the other night. Narberth clawed its way back into it. That's the kind of thing you see with the top 2 teams in the league. Right now, we've got Marple Newtown today, the home team. They come into today's game at 3-5-1. Upper Darby 1-7-0. Everybody's going to make the playoffs this year, and we'll talk about the league structure in the season later on when we have the managers join us. But right now it seems to be more about getting your pitchers in a position where they can throw those important innings in the playoffs, which we're already halfway through the regular season, and it's time to start thinking about that. As you know, the managers always are. Right now, if the season ended today, Upper Darby would be playing Narberth, and Marple Newtown would be playing Aston Valley. But still a half season of baseball left to play, and one of those games is coming to you right now as the leadoff hitter for the Blue Sox, Andrew Yates, steps into the box.
One
And Danny,
asset that pitchers will have at this park, there is a fence out in left field, but center field and right center, that if we were to see any home runs, that would be something to see.
and Andrew Yates swings at the first pitch, hits that one out towards left center. But Don De Loretta is over. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top half of the first inning for the right-hander Danny Kelleher. So that will bring up catcher Christian Strickland. He swings first pitch, loops that one out into left. That'll drop for a base hit. So 2 hitters swinging first pitch. And
we may not run into the 2-hour, 20-minute game that we saw earlier this week at this rate. Little hitters are coming out early, swinging aggressively.
Oh, we said it's hitting season. They want to get on top of it. So now Joey Supa, the second baseman, steps in. As I struggle to keep up on my scorecard here, putting the lineups in. First pitch to Supa is in for a called strike.
Between innings, we'll see if we can ask them to take just enough pitches so that way you can get your scorecard in order.
This kind of thing it takes me a little while, John. I don't know that I don't know they want to wait that long. Pitch on its way. That one's hit hard out to center field. Heading back on it is the center fielder, Rantanen, and he gets there in time.
That was a great catch over the shoulder.
Time called now
today, so anything hit is going on its own course. Nothing either blowing in or out. Very faint breeze at best.
The courtesy runner in now for Christian Strickland with 2 outs. The catcher usually leaves the base paths to suit up and prepare for the next inning. First pitch to the cleanup hitter, John McNamee, is low. Ball 1. He holds up. They appeal. He did not hold up, so strike 1. One on one the count to McNamee. Should he get aboard, Ben Mutz is the on-deck hitter. That one bounces in there. Runner at first will stay there. 2-1 pitch, pop foul. Not a very high screen netting situation behind home plate. That ball headed back our way. I have a feeling we're gonna have to be alert. The sign says right there, be alert, flying baseballs and softballs.
I did lose it in the sun for a bit. My first instinct was to protect the laptop. I was told that was the most important thing of us being here today.
Unfortunately, that is true. 2-2 is low, so the count goes full now to John McNamee. Runner on first, 2 outs, top half of the first inning. No score between Upper Darby and Marple Newtown. Kelleher's set. Time is called as he fires the pitch in. He won't be thrilled about that one. Kelleher from the stretch. 3-2 pitch, misses wide. And McNamee draws the 2-out walk.
Like coming out and mixing patience and aggressiveness. We already have 2 runners on, and on a hot day like this, you wonder how much that will affect the pitcher's longevity.
And you factor in the fact that it's the middle of the season, but it's still early in the season. Guys, not a lot of innings for a lot of months. As Ben Mutz, the left-handed hitter, steps in, takes called strike.
Everything about sports this year is falling under the umbrella of getting early late.
think it's getting late early as the
That too.
aphorism is much swings and misses. They don't call you the best color man in Delco for a reason, John.
Thank you.
0-2 the count. Kelleher on the mound, 2 on, 2 away. Off speed pitch swung on and popped up. Third baseman and the shortstop converge on it. It's O'Reilly at third. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs. There was 1 hit. The Blue Sox leave 2. We're through a half inning. It's Upper Darby 0, Marple Newtown coming to bat. You're listening to Delco League Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Back here for the home half of the first inning. Top of the order for Marple, Derek Nico, Blaze Rantanen, and Dan DiLoretta facing right-hander Ryan Buck. He'll wind his first pitch to Nico, is upstairs for a ball. The 1-0 misses, so leadoff man for the Black Sox. Just called them the Black Sox. The Black Sox.
This is the Delco Boston division.
You just hear it so much as the 2-0 from Buck misses, so 3-0 the count.
We'll have to play Dirty Water middle innings just to give it the authentic Boston feel.
Bucks 3-0. Nico taking all the way. Pitches high, a 4-pitch walk to lead off the home half of the first inning. So the leadoff man aboard for the center fielder, Blaze Rantanen. And a nice catch out there in center field in the top half of the frame. First pitch swinging. Takes a big cut and misses, 0-1. Something else we saw the other night. Pitcher not able to find the strike zone, throwing 4, 5, 6 straight balls, and then batters taking their cuts. First pitch. So that puts Rantanen behind in the count, 0-1. Swing and a miss, can't catch up to the fastball quickly. After a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff man, Ryan Buck ahead of the 2-hole hitter, 0-2. Runner goes. The 0-2 is taken for a ball. The throw not in time. So stolen base for Derek Nico. And now Rantanen still alive at 1-2 with a man in scoring position and nobody out. The Black Sox have a chance to take the early lead. One-two pitch from Buck. That one is hit on the ground towards third. Nico has to hold. The throw to first. Scooped out. No, it's not. The throw was low in the dirt. Dave Jordan not able to make the pick. He had it at first. Couldn't hold on. That'll be an error. Charge to John McNamee over at third. But Nico's still at second base. So first and second, nobody out. For Don DeLoretta. First pitch to him. Misses for a ball, gets away from Christian Strickland, but the runners stay put. One-zero, popped up foul back over our heads. Appears to have landed on the roof of something. Or maybe the top of a vehicle.
Luckily, it's not my car. I know I parked a few fields
Just
away
an
here.
absolutely sickening sound if you're a property owner. The 1-1 fouled off, headed back towards the same direction. Well, I guess you might have heard that one. I was going to say, I guess if you buy the house right next to the high school baseball field, you kind of know what you're getting into.
But between that and the golf course, I'm sure at least a few windows have been replaced over time.
So 1-2 the count to DeLoretta. Big lead off second. Nico goes. Pitch gets away. So it'll be a stolen base for Derek Nico and then a passed ball that advances Rantanen. He wasn't going. So 2-2 the count. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Buck winds and fires, swung on, fouled back. I mean, at this point, that neighbor should just put a tarp up. That's the third ball during this at-bat that has hit something in that same yard.
You may have to bring a hard hat for the next game here.
I'm thinking of borrowing a helmet for the second inning. Buck from the stretch, the 2-2, fouled back off the cage. Two and two the count. Buck is set at the belt. Winds and fires. That one's in the dirt. Picked by Strickland. So full count to the batter. Jack O'Reilly, the cleanup hitter, waits on deck. The 3-2. Taken high, so another walk. Issued by Ryan Buck has loaded the bases with nobody out for Jack O'Reilly. You know, you put your cleanup guy, one of your best power hitters, in that 4 spot, and like, oh, you know, you get your first 3 guys on base. How often do you see the first 3 guys on base with nobody out in the first inning?
We may have some additional obstacles. We have a gold helmet.
Oh boy. First pitch to Riley is taken for a ball. That is a shiny metallic finish. Do not look directly at the batter.
It's not often that you can lose a ball in a helmet instead of the sun, but we may have that.
1-0 is in for a strike. He tries to hold up. Pitches called a strike. So 1-2 the count to O'Reilly. Tom Carey is on deck. Fights off the 1-2. We'll get a new baseball for Ryan Buck. And they're looking for the sign. 1-2 the count to Jack O'Reilly. The pitch. Off-speed pitch, high, 2-2. No score here in the bottom half of the first inning. Marple Newtown hosting Upper Darby. Marple Newtown has the bases loaded with nobody out. Buck is set, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And Riley is down on strikes. That is out number 1. It's kind of situation where you load the bases, couple of walks, a throwing error. You get that strikeout, you kind of maybe can see your way out of the inning with hopefully minimal to zero damage. That'll bring up Tom Carey.
Right now, probably looking for a ground ball here.
Pitch upstairs. 1-0. Carey swings, hits that one out towards right center. That was going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run will score. But that's it, as the runners had to hold up because that ball kind of hung up in the air for a little bit. Off the bat, it seemed like it was headed to the gap, but it kind of died a little bit once it got out to right center field, dropped in front of the center fielder Yates. But Nico trots home with the game's first run, an RBI single from Tom Carey, and it's 1-0 Marple Newtown. First pitch is a ball to David Judge, the first baseman for the Black Sox. Takes the 1-0 at the letters. So 2-0 the count. Tom Carey on first. Don DiLoretta on second. Blaze Rantanen on third. 1 out in the home half of the first. Buck deals in for a called strike, 2-1. Designated hitter Paul Kokel waiting on deck. Now that one's upstairs, so 3-1 the count. Bases loaded, Buck working from the stretch anyway. Kicks in, delivers, swung on, popped up. It's in foul ground, looks like it's headed out of play. Jordan may have a play on it at first, he does. And he'll make the catch in play. That's a big out. So the runners have to hold. 2 down now in the first.
Anything in there, they'll all be running right after contact. Won't have the situation like we did previously, where they all held up when something's in the air that long, allowing only the 1 to score.
And Paul Kokel steps in. And if you end this inning with just 1 run, that's going to have to be considered a disappointment for Nick DeCombe and the Black Sox. That one's on the ground to short. Go over to first. Nice pick by Dave Jordan over at first, and that will retire the side. Just the 1 run, 1 hit. There was 1 error. The bases are left loaded. We're through 1 inning here at Marple Newtown High School. It's the Marple Newtown Black Sox 1, the Upper Darby Blue Sox nothing. You're listening to Delco League Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Top half of the second inning. First pitch swinging is Sam Friedman. Ball's backhanded by David Judge. He'll scoop it up, take it to the bag himself. Once again, one pitch, one out here for Upper Darby. So I'll bring up Solomon Bayuk, the Upper Darby shortstop. First pitch swinging. Swung on and missed. That one's up high. Kelleher kicks the 1-1. Is high for a ball, so 2-1 the count. One out here in the second inning. Takes that one for a call. 2-2 pitch misses, so the count will go full. Waiting on deck for Upper Darby is manager / first baseman Dave Jordan. Guess we might not get that interview while they're in the field today. Swung on and missed. Bayuk down on strike. And the street. I don't think that the shade really is helping much because we were in the shade at first, and the sun very rudely moved on us. I mean, we're okay for now. I'm just trying to. It's going to be difficult to keep an eye on the stream itself and switch back and forth. So I'm just going to have to kind of hope for the best. Who's up?
34.
Black's up. He doesn't have numbers on here. So it's Costales. Bottom half of the second inning. Second baseman C.J. Costales leads off for Marple. Black Sox on top 1-0. Costales takes a ball. It'll be Costales, then catcher Pat Bond, and then the top of the order. It's the 1-0 is in the dirt from Ryan Buck. 1. Swung on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to C.J. Costales. Two ripped down the line. Jordan can't hang on, but he'll pick it up and step on first base without much issue. 1 down here in the second.
It's like both pitchers are starting to settle in a little bit.
So they'll bring up Pat Bond, the catcher. First pitch to him is high. Swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. One. In for a called strike. So 1-2 now the count to Pat Bond. Fouls off the pitch. So he'll stay alive. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Buck's offering is low. Bond takes upstairs. The count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Marple Newtown catcher. And that one misses, so Bond is aboard with a walk. So with 1 out, now a man on first. Derek Nico will step in. He walked, stole second, stole third, and scored. A very productive trip around the bases. And now Pat Bond will be replaced by a courtesy runner. First pitch to Nico in for a called strike. He takes strike 2. This runner on first took a little bit of an extended lead. Buck from the stretch, the 0-2. Nico swings and misses. He is down on strikes. Big out for Ryan Buck. 2 down here in the second. So Blaze Rantanen steps in. He reached on an error. Was stranded on third base in the bottom of the first. First pitch from Buck. Taken in the dirt. It's going to bounce over Strickland. And the runner will head to second. Want to know the count to Rantanen? Should he get aboard, Don DiLoretta waits on deck. That one's in for a strike, 1-1 the count. Ryan Buck laboring a little bit here. He is due to lead off the top half of the third inning. His offering is ripped foul out of play to the left side. Buck has his sign. He'll be set at the belt. Kicks in, delivers. Swung on, hit out towards shortstop. That'll get through. Runner on second, rounds third. He will score. An RBI single for Blaze Rantanen, and it's 2-0 Marple Newtown. Don DiLoretta steps in. He walked his first time up. First pitch to him, swung on and fouled back. Should DiLoretta extend the inning, Jack O'Reilly waits on deck. 0-1 is on the ground to short. Scooped up. They were going to go to second with it, and they didn't, and then the throw to first isn't in time. That will go in as a very, very strange fielder's choice, as Bayuk looked like he was going to go to second. I don't know, maybe Supa wasn't covering, or then the throw to first just nowhere near in time, and Marple Newtown's got two aboard.
Took a long look at second base before deciding to throw over, and that cost him that little bit of time. Wasn't much chance for a play after he decided to go in that direction.
So I'll bring up O'Reilly. Struck out in the first inning, swings and misses at the first pitch from Ryan Buck. Two nothing Marple Newtown. 2 down here in the second inning. That one's in the dirt. 1-1. That one's high. 2 balls and a strike to Jack O'Reilly. Now the 2-1 misses high, so Buck now in danger of loading the bases for the second time in as many innings. It's 3-1. That one misses, so ball 4. Jack O'Reilly aboard with a 2-out walk. Once again, the bases are loaded. For Tom Carey, he singled, brought home the first run of the ball game. Now we're going to have some bullpen activity for Upper Darby. First pitch to Carey is hit. Foul ground down the right field line. That's going to just barely elude Jordan and Supa. Foul territory down the right field line here at Marple Newtown. Not a bunch of it, and you start to get to the hill that leads up to the path. Not exactly sure where the out of play line is. I would assume it's in line with the fence in front of the dugout, which is pretty close to that hill. Carey takes a ball. Obviously for the safety of the players involved. If you're looking up, tracking a ball, and then you get a sudden elevation change like that, that's a recipe for pretty bad injury. 1-1, swung on. That one's hit down the right field line, but waiting for it is the right fielder, Mutz, and that will retire the side. The Black Sox get a run. Again, they do it on just one hit, couple of walks, and they again leave the bases loaded. We're through 2 complete here at Marple Newtown High School. It's Black Sox 2, Blue Sox 0. Listening to Delco League Baseball here on DelcoLeague.com. First pitch swing is Ryan Buck. The Upper Darby pitcher skies one out towards left field. Under it is Don DiLoretta. And for the third straight inning, 1 pitch, 1 out. Top of the order now for Upper Darby. It's center fielder Andrew Yates. 0 for 1 on the day. Marple Newtown leading 2-0 here with 1 out in the third. First pitch is in for a strike. The 0-1 misses. It's 1-1 the count. Yates will be followed by Christian Strickland. Kelleher's pitch fouled back. Kelleher from the windup. A slow delivery, misses outside. That one is hit in the air towards right field. It's deep, it's down the line. It is foul. It's a couple feet wide of extra bases. Kelleher has his sign, kicks and delivers. Swung on and missed, but it's in the dirt. So they're going to throw it down to first just to make sure. Yates is down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Christian Strickland, 1 for 1 on the day. He'll step in, the Upper Darby catcher. First pitch swung on and missed. Swung on and missed it. The second pitch as well. Nothing in two the count. Danny Kelleher working pretty quick out there on the mound. The 0-2. Takes a breaking ball in the outside corner. Froze him. He goes down looking. Third strikeout of the game for Kelleher, and that will retire the side of 1-2-3 inning. In the top half of the third, we'll go to the bottom of the third. It's Marple Newtown 2. Upper Darby 0. You're listening to Delco League Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Ryan Buck back out on the mound for the bottom half of the third inning. First pitch to David Judge. A fastball swung on and missed. Nothing in one. 1 in the dirt. 1-1. Marple Newtown on top. 2-0. That one's high. 2 balls and a strike. Two one pitch. That one is ripped out towards right center. That's going to drop in front of Ben Mutz for a base hit. So David Judge aboard with a leadoff base hit. He's 1 for 2 on the day. So that'll bring up Paul Kokel. Kokel 0 for 1. Pitch misses for ball 1. The 1-0 is in the dirt. 2-0. Toe pitch in for a called strike. Kokel ahead in the count now, 2-1. After Kokel will be C.J. Costales, the second baseman. Kokel takes one wide, 3-1 the count. One swung on and fouled off. So count goes full. Go swing on the first. Head over one. Base take out. First pitch to Costales is in for a call strike. Swung on, fouled off. 0-2 now the count.
Okay, gotcha. Oh my god. I got there late, so I didn't know it was a bunch of walks and hit people and all that. I just thought
Swung on and fouled off. Back into one of the yards.
well, that makes sense. Because I couldn't imagine that many.
2-0 our score. One out here in the third. That one's hit on the ground right back to the pitcher. Buckeyes the runner, Judge at second before he tosses over to first. 4 out, number 2. So the catcher, Pat Bond, will step in. Bond drew a walk, and his courtesy runner came around to score in the second inning. He's got a runner in scoring position, David Judge. First pitch swinging, 0-1. Should he get aboard the top of the order, Derek Nico waits on deck. One is in for a called strike, 0-2. A much better third inning here for Ryan Buck so far. Although beware of the announcer jinx. 0-2 swung on and missed, and so much for that. Buck's able to get out of the inning unscathed. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Black Sox leave 1. We're through 3 full innings here at Marple Newtown High School. It's Marple Newtown Black Sox 2, Upper Darby Blue Sox 0. You're listening to Delco League Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Back here for the top half of the fourth inning. We've got Upper Darby manager / first baseman Dave Jordan. Dave, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
Pulling double duty today, playing first base. It's a hot one out there today. How are you able to hold up out there?
Yeah, it's hot out there. 2 games I've had to play this year, it's been 95 degrees probably.
You guys down early in this one, but a good inning there for Ryan Buck. How important is it for you to see for a pitcher when he has a rough start, as Joey Supa leading off the inning, a 1-1 count? When he has a rough start, too, kind of bear down, stick with it, and bounce back and have a really good inning like he did there in the bottom half of the third.
Yeah, Ryan bounced back there. He had a really strong inning last inning. That's well hit.
And Supa hits one deep out to left, but it'll stay in the yard. Ball kind of carried a little bit today with the heat and humidity. Just not quite enough for Supa. So John McNamee will step in. And we've talked to a couple of the other managers on our streams, and one thing we've talked about with everybody is the unique situation that this season has provided. What was your mindset going into it? Obviously, there's the question of, are we going to play? And then, all right, well, we're going to start. And then we're going to kind of take it week by week, day by day. What was the mindset, when it comes to putting together a team, how you're approaching things with guys who haven't picked up a bat or a ball in a few months?
Yeah, it was rough in the beginning with hitting, and getting the players out because of the COVID was a little tough this year. But every team's going through the same situations. So.
The 1-1 count to McNamee. Danny Kelleher winds and fires. That one swung on, fouled off back our way.
We're definitely not hitting as well as we want to be in the last 3 or 4 games, but hitting will come around. We're pitching's been solid.
Now, the fact that everyone will make the playoffs this year, does that change your approach during the season? Does it become more of a 16-game tune-up, or do you think seeding is just as important as McNamee rips a line drive out to center? It was right at Blaze Rantanen and hit real hard, but right at him.
Well, seeding's always important. You want to get the best seeding you can get, but it does make it a little better that everybody's making the playoffs. You can play everybody, get everybody into every game, and we've had games where we had 18 to 20 guys at the game and been able to play everybody because we're not worried about winning or losing as much as just getting at bats and getting the work in.
First pitch to Ben Mutz misses. 2 down here in the fourth with Upper Darby manager Dave Jordan as Kelleher kicks. Mutz hits that one up into the air out towards left. D. Loretta comes in on, he makes the catch. Dave, thank you for joining us. You got to head back out to first base. Appreciate your time.
Not a problem.
Good luck today and the rest of the season.
Thanks. See you.
As our thanks to Upper Darby manager Dave Jordan. Blue Sox trailing Marple Newtown 2-0 midway through this one. You're listening to Delco League Baseball live on DelcoLeague.com. Top of the order for Marple Newtown. Derek Nico leading it off, followed by Blaze Rantanen. Don DiLoretta. Nico takes ball 1. Marple Newtown on top 2-0 here in the bottom half of the 4th. That one's in for a called strike, 1-1. Nico 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out in the second inning. Had a busy first inning. Walked, stole 2 bases, and then scored on the single by Tom Carey. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Ryan Buck back out there for the 4th. From the stretch, 1-2, off-speed pitch is high. 2-2 the count. Time called. Now 3-2 now the count to the shortstop for Marple Newtown. Two pitch. Holds up. Did he go? No, he didn't. So another walk for Nico. And he is aboard. And that might be it for Ryan Buck. Dave Jordan makes the walk from first base to the pitcher's mound to have a chat. There was somebody getting loose, but no activity right now. But we'll see if he makes the call. Well, it looks like we're going to ride with Buck here. So nobody out. Man on first. Bottom half of the 4th inning. As I mentioned, Marple Newtown with a 2-0 lead. That'll bring up Blaze Rantanen. Center fielder bats from the left side. Swings at the first pitch. Chops that one down the first base line. Jordan knocks it down. He'll tag the runner as he goes by. Nico will go to second. Been a fair number of interesting defensive plays for the Upper Darby player manager. Good job of knocking that one down. It had extra bases written all over it. First pitch to Don DiLoretta is in for a called strike. That one has popped up a little hit and run action. That one is fouled out of play, so 0-2 the count to DiLoretta. That one is hit out towards right center. That one's going to drop, and with no fence out there, it's going to roll for a while. Nico rounds third. He'll trot home, powering into third base with a stand-up triple is Don DiLoretta, and it's 3-0 Marple Newtown. And that will be it for Ryan Buck. We have a pitching change here at Marple Newtown. We'll bring that to you in just a moment. One out, man on third, bottom half of the 4th inning. You're listening to Delco League Baseball and DelcoLeague.com. Grant Kernahan on the mound for Upper Darby. Comes in with a man on third, 1 out. Here in the fourth, first pitch to Jack O'Reilly, misses for a ball. D. Loretta on third, RBI triple, chased Ryan Buck from the game. That one's in for a called strike. Swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-2 now on Riley. Not a very deep bench for the Blue Sox today. Kernahan winds, foul ball off the fence. So the count remains 1-2 to O'Reilly. That one's in the dirt. Apologize if we've run into any, technical difficulties here. It is pretty hot. I'm trying to make sure we keep our streaming computer as cool as we can, out of the sunlight and in the shade. Kernahan's pitch. Did he go? No, he didn't. Sure looked to me like O'Reilly held up. 2-2 the count. Pitch ripped out towards left. Coming in on it is the left fielder, Friedman. He's able to make the catch, not deep enough to score the run. So O'Reilly is retired for out number 2. It's Tom Carey, the right fielder, 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch from Kernahan, swung on and hit foul down the first base side. Another foul ball. So quickly, 0-2, the count to Carey. Should he get aboard, David Judge is on deck. Carey gets a piece. Pitch high in the zone. So he'll stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. On the ground to second. Supa keeps it in the infield. Throw over to first in time. And that'll retire the side. Just the 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. The Black Sox leave 1. We're through 4 complete. It's Marple Newtown 3, Upper Darby 0. You're listening to Delco League Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Back here for the top half of the fifth inning. Sam Friedman leading it off for Upper Darby. We're joined by Marple Newtown manager Nick Ducombe. Nick, thanks for taking the time to sit with us.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Kelleher is offering, swung on and missed. Good outing so far today for Danny Kelleher for you guys.
Oh, terrific outing so far. Very pleased with the way he's throwing. He's had good command. He's pounding the strike zone. And, so far so good.
Another thing he's doing is working quick, kind of keeping batters off their rhythm. That one hit by Sam Friedman out towards center. Waiting for it is Rantanen. He makes a catch for out number 1. You guys in the middle of the pack so far at about the midpoint of the season. What's the best thing you've seen out of your team so far this year?
To be honest, what you're seeing today, the best part of what we've got going so far has been the pitching and the defense. We certainly have not hit the way I would like, and as I'm sure you're seeing today, leaving men on base has been our Achilles heel. We've just left, we've had games where we've left, 10, 12 men on base, let alone in scoring position, and as you know, it's hard to win baseball games when you're doing that.
First pitch to Solomon Bayuk misses. He fouls off the 1-0. Count goes to 1-1. Now, we alluded to it being already the midpoint of the season, just about 8-9 games in. 16-game season. What is your approach as a manager? We know all the time and effort you put into it with your league duties and putting it together, but looking at it from a manager standpoint, how are you approaching a season like that as Bayou hits one into shallow left field for a base hit, and he's aboard for the Blue Sox, first base runner for Upper Darby since there were 2 outs in the first.
We've been blessed with quite a few players this year and quite a few talented players. So it's been, it's been easier and harder at the same time than we think because we've had a lot of guys we can rotate in and a large pitching staff. So, generally, we haven't had too many pitchers go the distance or anything. So we're utilizing a lot. Now Danny's in the 5th inning today. We'll have to see how we go here going forward. But we have been able to cycle a lot of players in. And, we'll get as many in as often as we can and try to get ready for the playoffs.
Have you found yourself needing to do what Dave Jordan's doing right now? The count is 1-1, serving as manager and playing a little first base. A little short-handed, the Blue Sox today, as that one misses wide. Have you found yourself in that position this year?
I have not found myself in that position this year.
Are you ready to serve if called upon?
Absolutely. For 20 years, obviously, I played and managed at the same time. It's just in recent years that I don't play first base or DH anymore. Literally the last 2 years. But I do get the itch, and a nice hot day like today, not being as young as I used to, makes me really get the itch because I feel like I can, get in there and have some fun.
Well, Jordan works the count full. He's been busy over there at first base. Some choppers, a couple line drives, done a good job. Nice catch in foul ground, full count. Pitch Kelleher. Jordan pops that one up in foul territory. O'Reilly on the run makes the catch in foul territory over his shoulder. A nice play by Jack O'Reilly. Was that ball in play, however?
Yes, sir, it was.
Looks like it was. That'll be out number 2. Something you have to always be mindful of. Sometimes a guy will make a great play, but the ball will be over the boundary. So that'll bring up Grant Kernahan. Last thing we'll talk about real quick. Obviously, everyone makes the playoffs this year. Talk about the shortened season as the runner goes, and Kernahan slaps that one over to third. That'll be the end of the inning. Well, Nick, we were just going to ask, we'll stay here between innings as that'll retire the side for the Blue Sox. When you're thinking about your approach to the season, are you looking at it any differently because you know that everybody's going to be in the playoffs? You're not worried about securing a spot. Are you focused on seeding? Are you focused on getting guys ready to play? How are you able to balance those two interests with one another?
I'm definitely focused on getting guys into play. I'm definitely cognizant, as always, of where we are in the standings. But we're playing every game to win. That's for sure. We want to finish as high as we possibly can, get the best seed that we can, and have the team as ready as we can heading into next week. I mean, it's coming up quick. We'll start August 4th, so we just want to be as ready as we possibly can for that.
Well, Nick, good luck with the rest of today. You've got a 3-0 lead with just a couple innings left. Good luck today. Good luck the rest of the way. I'm sure we'll chat again on one of our broadcasts, and good luck heading into the playoffs.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks to Nick Ducombe for joining us. We'll step aside for a quick second. Marple Newtown coming to bat here in the bottom. Listening to Delco League Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Back here for the home half of the fifth. David Judge leading it off. We'll take a couple called strikes. Marple Newtown on top 3-0. Looking to add more here in the fifth. Trying to salt away a win. Grant Kernahan winds. Judge fouls it off. Six, 7, 8. Judge, Kokel, Costales due up for the Black Sox. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back. Judge 1 for 2 on the day. He fouled out down the first base line his first time up and then singled out to right, back in the third. Another foul ball down the right field line. So Judge staying alive, making Kernahan work. You imagine this is going to be his game to finish at this point. Pitch is low. Kernahan winds. Called third strike. Judge goes down looking to start off the fifth. Once again, thank you for joining us here. If you couldn't make it out to the ballpark, if you had other things going on, if you wanted to stay home and keep your social distance, or if it was just plain too hot for you, we appreciate you tuning in. Tell all your friends. Keep an eye out for the latest Delco League stream. We don't have our next one scheduled just yet, but we'll hope to be somewhere next week as Paul Kokel takes strike one. Kernahan winds. Fouled straight back. So 1-1 the count. Kokel takes low. Kernahan has his sign, winds and fires. Kokel takes ball 3. Left-handed hitting designated hitter. Three one, swung on and missed. I'll make that the 3-2, I'm sorry. Kokel down on strikes. And there's 2 away. CJ Costalis, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Pitch misses for ball 1. Will be followed by Pat Bond, should he get aboard. Chop down the third base line. Going to be a tough play. Barehanded by McNamee. The throw in time. Some slick defense for the Upper Darby third baseman. A nice catch by Dave Jordan over at first. And that'll retire the side at 1-2-3 inning as the Black Sox go down in order for the first time. No runs, hits, errors, none left. We'll go to the 6th. Black Sox 3, Blue Sox 0. This is Delco League Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Kelleher back out for the top half of the 6th. Top of the order for Upper Darby. Andrew Yates leads off, takes the first pitch for strike 1. 3-0 the score in favor of the hometown Marple Newtown team. Misses for a ball, 1-1. It'll be Yates, Strickland, and Supa. So Upper Darby needs to get some offense going. This is the part of the lineup you're going to count on to do it. One's in the dirt, 2-1. Yates 0 for 2 on the day. On the ground to short. Nico scoops it up. Throw to first in time. One away for Christian Strickland. He singled in the first, struck out in the third. First pitch from Kelleher in the dirt. It's a 58-footer. Misses up and in with that one, so 2-0 the count. And for called strikes, a 2-1 now, the count to Christian Strickland. So now 3-1 the count as Kelleher misses high. Haven't seen any bullpen activity for the Black Sox just yet. And when a swung poked out to short, soft line drive for Nico. He squeezes it. They're 2 away. Just 2 hits in the ball game for Upper Darby. Single by Strickland, a single by Solomon Bayuk. The only base runners allowed by Kelleher. So that brings up Supa. He's 0 for 2, takes one inside. Flew out to Rantanen in center in the first, and then flew out to De Loretta in left in the fourth. Takes another one high, he's adding the count 2-0. Well, Supa takes ball 3, so he's got a 3-0 lead in the count now. And he takes ball 4, 4-pitch walk issued by Kelleher, his first walk of the day. So that'll bring up John McNamee, the cleanup hitter. He's 0 for 1. Misspoke earlier. He drew a walk in the first inning. It's just 4 base runners on the day allowed by Kelleher. That pitch is low. Supa was already leaning back towards first base as it got away from Bond. He's not able to take advantage. Throw over to first. Diving back is Supa. Marple Newtown been in control of this one, but it's only a 3-run lead. So a couple swings of the bat can change the complexion of the ball game as McNamee rips one foul down the third baseline. One misses. Another throw over to first. Back in plenty of time is Supa. But now his jersey's all dirty. He's going to have to wash that. Comes home with it. Breaking ball over the head of the batter. It gets away from Bond. Supa will trot down to second. Call that one a wild pitch. You can argue the catcher maybe should have caught it, but then you could really argue the pitcher shouldn't have thrown it over the head of the batter. As that one's low and away, so a walk to McNamee, his second of the day. Second in a row by Kelleher. So now the tying run will come to the plate in the person of Ben Mutz. Again, no activity in the bullpen. First pitch to Mutz. Taken low for a ball. Now, time is called. Third baseman Jack O'Reilly will come in and have a quick word with Danny Kelleher, who seems to have kind of lost the thread a little bit here in the sixth. He misses low again, so 2-0 the count. Some preliminary activity up in the Marple Newtown bullpen. I think that might be Christian Mosler, the left-hander. Mutz hits that one out into center field. It's going to drop in for a hit. Super rounds third. He's going to score. Heading into third, there will be a play. The tag is not in time. So Ben Mutz with an RBI single. John McNamee goes to third. And I will say that from where we are, slightly elevated behind the first base bench, looking at the play at third, thought the throw was in time. So now the tying run is at first for Sam Friedman, 2 outs in the 6th. Upper Darby is broken through. First pitch to Friedman missed. Now the 1-0 hit a long way out to right field. Carey runs back. He's going to keep running. That was going to keep going. 1 run will score. Mutz rounds third. He's going to tie the ball game. A triple for Sam Friedman. It's 3-3. Oh. A number of other parks, that would probably have only been a double. Here at Marple Newtown, no right field fence. There's just right field until you get to what appears to be the softball field. And with that, after the bat sat dormant all day, Mutz with the RBI single, Friedman with a 2-run triple. And that might be it for Kelleher here. Nick Ducombe comes out to have a chat with his pitcher. It's a brand new ball game. The go-ahead run, 90 feet away at third base. And Bayuk will step in. Kelleher's going to stay in the game. He'll have to shake off the last 4 batters. First pitch to Bayuk, in for a strike. If he gets aboard, Dave Jordan, who is currently coaching third base, is due to bat. Swung on and missed, nothing in 2 the count. Swung on and missed. Bayuk down on 3 pitches, and that will retire the side, but the damage is done. 3 runs come in on 2 hits and 2 walks. No errors. They leave 1. We're through 5.5. It's 3-3 between Upper Darby and Marple Newtown. You're listening to Delco League Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Back here for the home half of the 6th inning. Pinch hitter for Marple Newtown, Christian Mosler. And we'll bat for Pat Bond, who seems like he was in a little bit of distress when he left the game. Hope he's okay. We had a bit of a delay while he was taken care of. So it'll be Mosler followed by the top of the order, Derek Nico, Blaze Rantanen. New ball game here at Marple Newtown. It's 3-3. Called strike to Mosler. 2-1 the count. And when it's hit down towards the right field line, it drops in for a hit. So Mosler is aboard with a pinch single. Saw him warming up earlier to pitch. But now somebody else throwing for Marple Newtown. So Derek Nico getting some instruction from Nick Ducombe. First pitch to Nico, a called strike. Nico 0 for 1 with a strikeout, 2 walks, 2 stolen bases, 2 runs scored. Misses low, 1-1. It's swung on, hit a long way out towards left center. That one is going to drop, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Rounding third is Mosler. They're going to hold him there, actually. He must have gotten a late start off first. Nico is stuck at second base. That ball had triple written all over it. So now the tying run at third base, or the go-ahead run rather at third base. Second and third with nobody out here in the 6th. Mosler looked like he was running out of gas as he got into third base. So Nick Ducombe about halfway up the baseline, throwing up the stop sign. So Blaze Rantanen, he is 1 for 2 on the day. 1 for 3 rather. Reached on an error, singled. Drove in a run back in the 2nd. He's got 2 in scoring position. Infield in for Upper Darby. So they'll need to keep Marple Newtown off the scoreboard as they've only got 3 outs left themselves. Hand kicks. First pitch is in for a strike. Rantanen can't hold up. He's behind 0-2. Playing shallow and left and center as well. They're going to try to cut off the run. Mosler not running well at third. That throws up and away. Mutt's playing about normal depth out and right. Maybe a little bit in. 1-2 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed. And Rantanen is down on strikes. So Don DeLoretta steps in. Kernahan winds. Pitch is upstairs. That one is hit on the ground, smothered by McNamee at third. The infield being in, still able to make that catch. A nice play. Throw over to first in time, and now there's 2 down. You start to wonder if not sending that runner is going to cost the Black Sox here in the sixth rather. So Jack O'Reilly steps in. 0 for 2 with a walk. Batting in the cleanup spot. This is what he's here to do. He's got 2 in scoring position with 2 out. First pitch to him. Taken high for a ball. Time is called. Kernahan winds the 1-0. He's outside. Wind up the 2-0. One's taken for a called strike, 2-1. Kernahan's pitch is high. O'Reilly now ahead in the count, 3-1. The 3-1 is upstairs. So O'Reilly draws the walk to load the bases. So that brings up Tom Carey. Carey 1 for 3. RBI single back in the first. He'll look to try for another one of those here in the 6th. Should probably score 2. First pitch to Carey. Takes for a strike. That one misses, 1-1. Should Carey get aboard, David Judge waits on deck. The 1-1. Swung on a chop towards third base. McNamee will take it to the bag himself. And after having second and third with nobody out, and then loading the bases, Grant Kernahan's able to escape without allowing a run. No runs on 2 hits. No errors, the bases left loaded. We'll go to the 7th. It's 3-3. You're listening to Delco League Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Back here for the top half of the 7th. A couple changes for the Black Sox. Christian Mosler, pinch hit. He will stay in the game. He's going to pitch. Kelleher is out. First pitch from Mosler to Dave Jordan is low in the dirt. The new catcher is the former first baseman, David Judge. He slides behind the plate. And the designated hitter, Paul Kokel, enters the game at first base. So both teams now with just a straight 9-man order. No DH. The 1-0 misses, 2-0. So it'll be Dave Jordan, followed by Grant Kernahan, and then Andrew Yates, 8-9-1. That one misses, 3-0 now. It's a 3-3 ball game. 3 runs for Upper Darby in the top half of the 6th. Marple Newtown had 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. In the bottom half, could not plate a run. So Dave Jordan draws the 4-pitch walk. He's had quite the afternoon. Drawing the walk here, but playing first base. He's had some defensive opportunities. He got interviewed on the air as the team manager. He's just doing it all today for the Blue Sox. I'm guessing he's not much of a threat to run at first base. Well, Grant Kernahan slaps at one, chops it off the plate, foul. Kernahan known more for his prowess on the mound than at the plate, and showing it here. Tries to bunt, misses. So 0-2 the count. A called third strike at the knees. So Kernahan goes down looking. It's top of the order, Andrew Yates due up now. Man on first, 1 out here in the top half of the 7th. First pitch to Yates is in for a strike. Chopped towards second, could be 2. Over to Nico for 1, back to first, in time to get Yates. That will retire the side, a 4-6-3 double play. No runs, hits, errors, none left. Last of the 7th. Black Sox need 1 to win it. This is Delco League Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. David Judge leads it off for Marple Newtown in the bottom of the 7th. Grant Kernahan on the mound. He'll wind first pitch to Judge. That one nicks him in the helmet. Kernahan, as soon as he let it go, knew it was a bad pitch. Judge is okay. Got out of the way, but not completely and all the way in time. Caught the face guard of the helmet. Kernahan with the standard hand on head. Terrified reaction. The Judge let him know he's all right, all is good. He's at first. He's the winning run with nobody out here in the 7th. First pitch swinging is Paul Kokel. Kernahan gets to it, but his only play is to first. Now he's standing there with his hands on his knees. The winning run in scoring position now. So C.J. Costales with a chance to win it here. David Judge, the runner at second, represents the winning run. Costales takes the first pitch for a called strike. That one's in the dirt, 1-1 the count. Last of the 7th, one away. Marple Newtown with a winning run at second base. We're tied at 3. Costales gets a piece, fouls it off the tarp behind home plate. Ball 2 strikes to the second baseman on deck. The pitcher, Christian Mosler. One's hit in the air down the right field line. It's headed to foul territory. 3 guys coming in. Is anybody going to get there? No, they're not. So ball and 2 strikes to Costales. Grant Kernahan came on in the middle of the 4th. Navigated through the rest of that inning. Did not allow a run in the 5th and the 6th. He's got to keep him off the scoreboard here in the 7th. Costales swings up the middle. Shortstop Bayou gets it over to first in time. On the play, Judge goes over to third. So now Christian Mosler help himself here. He singled as a pinch hitter for Bond back in the 6th inning. If he gets a base hit here, he's going to win it for the team and for himself. Kernahan has the sign. His first pitch. Check swing, called strike. David Judge, the man at third, represents the winning run. Kernahan kicks. That one misses for a ball. Should Mosler get aboard without bringing in the run via walk at bat or something like that, Derek Nico will get a chance to try to win the ball game. Kernahan winds. Mosler swings. Fouls that off towards us. 1-2 the count. Kernahan winds. The 1-2. Swung on. That one's hit out to center field. It's caught on a line by the center fielder, Andrew Yates. And that will retire the side. The fans excited for the chance at a winning hit, but He hit it too hard, if you can believe that. No runs, no hits, no errors. The winning run stranded at third. We'll go to the 8th. It's Upper Darby 3 and Marple Newtown 3. This is Delco League Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Christian Strickland leading it off here in the top half of the 8th for Upper Darby. Apologize for the holdup. We had to move our broadcast viewpoint. I had to get some power to the equipment. Battery running low. Strickland draws a leadoff walk. So the go-ahead run aboard. They're going to get a courtesy runner out there for Strickland. Moser out there for his second inning of work. So I'll bring up Joey Supa. Moser from the stretch. First pitch to Supa on the outside corner. 3-3 between Upper Darby and Marple Newtown in extra innings here. Top half of the 8th inning. Supa lays down a bunt. Fielded by the pitcher. Throw over to second baseman covering first. Pulls him off the bag. CJ Costales was covering. He's pretty vehement that he got the bag. So now it's first and second for the Blue Sox with nobody out. First pitch to John McNamee misses. In for a called strike now, 1-1. McNamee followed by Ben Mutz. Here in the top half of the eighth inning, Upper Darby trying to take the lead for the first time today. McNamee swings, lost that one out towards shallow center. Coming in on it, making the catches, Blaze Rantanen, and the runners will stay where they are. Ben Mutz, the batter. First pitch to him, misses for a ball. Throw over to second is way wide of the bag. The courtesy runner was stuck in the dirt after diving back, not able to capitalize. Rantanen in quickly. A near disaster for Mosler. Mutt swings, hits that one sky high. Back on it is Costales behind first base. They call it infield fly. So the batter is out. Runners advance at your own risk. They do not. So 2 away for Sam Friedman. Friedman with the 2-run triple that tied the game up back in the 6th. Now Nick Ducombe will head out and have a chat with Christian Mosler and his entire infield. No one throwing. This won't be a pitching change. Unless it's to somebody who's already in the game. So the conference is over. Joey Supa at first. Christian Strickland's courtesy runner is at second. Sam Friedman at the plate. 2 outs here in the top half of the 8th in a 3-3 ball game. First pitch to Friedman, a called strike. Marple Newtown scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the 4th. Before Upper Darby got 3 in the top of the 6th to draw level. Now time called. Nothing 1 the count to Friedman. He'll be followed by Solomon Bayuk if the inning continues. Breaking ball misses. Freeman checks a swing pitch in the dirt. But again, the runner on second was already breaking back towards the bag. Not able to capitalize. That pitch is high. And 3-1 the count. And Moser misses. Much to the chagrin of the Marple Newtown crowd. That might be it for him. So conference on the mound. We're going to have a pitching change. We'll be right back here on DelcoLeague.com. New pitcher for Marple Newtown, right-hander Steve DiStefano, enters the game with the bases loaded, 2 outs here in the 8th. Solomon Bayuk, 1 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a single. He's the batter. First pitch to him is upstairs for ball 1-0. Tied at 3 with 2 outs here in extra innings. Called strike, 1-1. Bayuk chops it foul down the third baseline. So 1-2 the count. One-two pitch, low and away, 2-2. Takes it high, count goes full. 3-2 now. Nowhere to put Bayuk. That one bounces up there, and the go-ahead run will score on a walk by Solomon Bayuk. It's 4-3 Upper Darby. First pitch to Dave Jordan is called strike. Another strike, nothing in two the count. Oh, 2 pitch taken inside. One-two swung on and missed, and that will retire the side. But Upper Darby has taken the lead for the first time this afternoon. And they do it with 3 walks and an error. They leave the bases loaded. Marple Newtown needs 1 to tie, 2 to win here in the 8th. This is Delco League Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Last of the 8th. Last chance for Marple Newtown. They now trail 4-3. Good news for the Black Sox. They have the top of the order due up, leading off Derek Nico. Swings first pitch, fouls it off, 0-1. It'll be Nico, followed by Rantanen and De Loretta. Top of the order due up for Marple Newtown. Blue Sox on top, 4-3. One pitch. Taken for strike 2. Kernigan kicks the 0-2, swung on and chopped foul. Now, if Nico gets a board, chances are you're going to see him try to run. You might see Rantanen try to bunt. He's shown good speed out there. Time called by the batter. The 0-2. Taken low. One-two pitch from Kernahan, swung on and missed. He's got the first out of the inning. Plays Rantanen, 1 for 4 in the day, reached on an error. Singled, drove in a run in the second. Grounded out to first, and struck out. First pitch to him, batting from the left side, taken for a called strike. Chopped down the first baseline, but foul, so nothing in 2. So nothing in 2, the count to Rantanen. Swung on and missed. And 2 outs now. So into the last chance saloon comes Don DeLoretta. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. Did not see where that was headed. It came right in my direction, so nothing in 1 the count. You notice John left our broadcast. He is now taking pictures from today's game. The 0-1. DeLoretta fouls it off, nothing in 2, down to his final strike. He says he will be posting them on his Instagram account later at John Sager, John Saeger. Check those out on Instagram. Doing a little broadcasting, doing a little photography. Bringing you all the Delco League action from a gorgeous Saturday afternoon in the Philadelphia area. Kernahan winds the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, just barely got a piece of it to stay alive. Kernahan set. He winds the 0-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield. This could be the ball game. Dave Jordan camps out right next to first base. He'll squeeze it. And that will do it for this one. An extra inning victory for the Blue Sox for Marple Newtown in the 8th. No runs, hits, errors, none left. Your final score for Marple Newtown High School. It's the Upper Darby Blue Sox 4. Marple Newtown Black Sox 3. Your winning pitcher, Grant Kernahan. The loss goes to Christian Mosler. With the win, Upper Darby moves to 2-8-0. Moves ahead of Concord into 7th place in the Delco League standings.